Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Um, I I had a job interview today, and I am very tired. I stayed up many hours studying for this programming interview, so I think I did well, and might get an offer next week. But what I want to talk to you today about is what we talked about last time about Dr. Suporn and uh, why if he why he needed to hurt me, and if he if he barely knew me, is it possible that he could have gotten so upset with me in the time that I was there, not because of what I said, but because of an email that he read that he had no business reading? um, is it possible that he is not working on just his own behalf, that he's working with someone else? Um, the reason I say that is uh, he threw away his own medical ethics by by hurting me, using his medical skill to hurt me. He threw away my transition, and a well earned transition. I went through. I went through all the hoops. I did all the things that I should have done to make sure that surgery was right for me. I made sure that I had the money. I made sure that I had lived full time and lived successfully and was making money um, as a software engineer. I've already said this. So he threw away all that over one email, and I have a hard time believing that doesn't make any sense, and which leads me to question: is he working with someone else? Is he working for someone else? Does he work for the transgender community that is surrounding that surrounds him in Thailand? That would be the admin that lives in the UK that sets up the surgery dates. That's the admin for the support group on Yahoo, Yahoo Groups, the Dr. S Club support group, who lives in the UK. From what I hear, I could be wrong. Um, I remember researching this uh, when I was going through the initial complications from this situation, and I believe I remember coming to the conclusion that Nats Wallace is who is was the support admin at the time, and I believe I got an email from the group indicating uh, from her, so it would indicate that she was still the admin just just a few months ago. So I have reason to believe she's still the admin and that she lives in the UK. These people these transgender people that are surrounding Dr. Suporn, um, is it possible that um, uh, in worshiping Dr. Suporn and making him feel like he's God, maybe that he can do whatever he wants, and that uh, this person, me, deserve to be hurt, that he would uh, act on their behalf to hurt me. And if that's the case, then something terribly is wrong is happening in Thailand, uh, and with the Dr. Suporn clinic. Um, I think those are questions that deserve to be asked, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how he could. hate me so much, to hurt me the way he did, and he hurt me in a way that is continual, and I've shown it's continual by the tissue deterioration over 900 days. It's a continual suffering every day, every second of every day. And that is not somebody that's just trying to sabotage a surgery. That's somebody that's trying to hurt you. That's somebody that is trying to hurt you because they've been told to, or they really do hate your guts. And I don't see how Dr. Suporn could have hated my guts. He hates my guts now because I didn't just go away. I'm actually publicizing my story, and I'm telling the world what this guy did to me. And whether he's capable of doing this to somebody else, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, I have to assume that he can do this to somebody else, especially if no one is standing up to him. So I'm proud of it. Wasn't easy putting the evidence together and publicizing it and getting it out there in a way that proves my case. And so I'm very proud of being able to go through that. And I don't think it's easy. I think I'm an exceptional person that was able to withstand the pain and the suffering and pull through, knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm very proud of what I stand for and what I'm doing right now. I'm very proud of that because this is outrageous that people may even know what's happening and not come forward to try to expose it, meaning that they're just as guilty in my mind as the doctor that's doing this, doing this to people. If they don't feel the need to expose it, then they're hiding it, and so that's an even bigger issue. People should not be punished at the time of their sex change and their transitions. The transition's a long process, and some people get the surgery early and some people get it at the very end. And I was one of those that wanted to make sure that this was the right thing to do, and I spent years preparing, 8 years of hormones and 4 years of living and working in my gender as a female software engineer. So I did everything I could do to make sure that I could function as a woman, and for him to just throw that all away is somebody that has issues, and somebody that doesn't need to be practicing medicine. And I know I've said that he's a great surgeon, and he is, based on the sensitivity I had day 8 post-op, the day before my complications. I felt I had some really good sensation that completely disappeared 4 days later. But even though he's a good surgeon, doesn't mean that we have to abandon all the protocols and accept a bad act every now and then. And a lot of you will say, well, where's my proof? I don't have a video of this guy sticking a needle in me. I was under his care. Day 9 post-op isn't in the medical records. I was banned from the support group during the complications, which is completely unheard of. I mean, the evidence that I've put forward that my groin is embalmed, so you can't run from this, and I'm going to continue to slam this topic because I have nothing else to lose. My health is just going to get worse, and no man's ever gonna. My dreams of being a regular woman in the world and having sexual relationships with other people, men or women, is not going to happen. I mean, I can barely lay down, sit, cross my legs. I can't cross my legs. I can't wear any underwear. I can't stand the pain of clothing touching my groin. So I'm upset, and I hope that you can find it in your heart to get up and do something instead of just sitting there thinking that this is someone else's problem, because he might have gotten me, but there's other people out there that can upset him or upset the people that surround uh, his clinic, which is the transgender community. So and I've already said this before. If there's ever been a suicide a suicide from a post-op after their surgery, I would be suspect of somebody that had received the same treatment that I have received, because I can tell you it's a very long journey, and no one is on your side, and it's a very lonely thing to go through, and I could see how people could easily give up. And so if there's been any suicides as from people that have suicides of post-ops that have gone to Dr. Suporn, then that would be something to look into, because that means that it's possible he's done this before. Um, um, I was going to say something else. Um, I think this is serious business. I think this is something we need to uncover and expose. And I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm sorry if it's graphic, but I've had to make some choices, and I wasn't getting any help, and it sickens me what the world can let go by and not blink an eye. And this is the 21st century, and these things are happening. So I think there's no choice but to stand up and make a stand. So I'm starting to lose words, and I guess I'm going to end this video before it gets any crazier. I think I'm making sense, and I'm the only one asking questions, so it gets to be kind of irritating that you guys are out there not saying a thing. Nerve damage, embalmed groin is going to have nerve damage. It's not nerve damage; it's an embalmed groin. So, um, uh, um, don't even get me started. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. And have a wonderful new year, and good luck to you out there, to those of you out there that are looking for a job. So hopefully I'll have one next week. Okay, take care.